Both teams coming in with 3 wins on the season. Thanks so much for joining us. Alongside former Cowgirl Liv Roberts, I'm Jonathan Schillace. Wyoming picked up their 3rd win of the season in the last game, picking up a big win against South Carolina, all due to the defense that they played. Coach really thought they played smart on the defensive end. Wyoming plays host to DU, the 156th meeting between the two. We'll have first tip right after this. The way this thing was going in the first half, we went to halftime 48-39. Now we're tied up at 72. This is the last thing we thought it would go to.
This was the last thing that we thought. And, you know, you were mentioning James, we didn't think had a chance to catch up to Hendricks. And now, I mean, he has 5 minutes to do his job.
Lansey at the wing towards the baseline. Here's Carlisle. Rosga now. Being defended by Taylor. Harrell. And they're going to wave that off. Harrell was fouled on the play. Interesting call. Take a look at the second half highlights. Hendricks for 3. Here's Murky inside and 1. James has been stepping up late. He's got 18 points now. And there's your stats after regulation, as the first one's made by Harrell Jr.
Yeah, Denver still doing a terrific job on the boards, leading 38-22. They have 12 offensive rebounds compared to Wyoming's just 3.
Harrell Jr. makes both. His first 2 made and attempted here today at the line. James. Taylor inside the paint, layup up, no good, but he'll be going to the line.
Now both teams, you know, getting to the free throw line. We didn't see a lot of that in the first half. Denver still perfect from the free throw line, 7-7 shooting, and the Pokes going to shoot 13 and 14 from the line.
Both had just attempted 3 at halftime from the line. Now Wyoming is 8 of 13 from the line. Denver, perfect 7 of 7 from the charity stripe. He makes both and ties it up at 74. Lansey bringing it up for the Pioneers. Winningest varsity men's basketball player in Chelsea high school history is Lansey as he's at the wing. Bounce pass. Stuart Miller puts it in, and they're back up by 2.
Great job to just get it to your big man inside. Both teams have been struggling a little bit from the field in the last 5 minutes, and then
James not struggling though. James makes his first from beyond the arc. He's got 21, his 36th game with 20 or more points. And then on the other end, a whistle blown.
Yeah,
Wyoming with the lead.
It looks like Wyoming went to go take another charge. Here's Justin James still taking over, and then I think Hunter Thompson was just inside the arc on that one.
And right in the restricted area, so Harrell Jr. going back to the line. Tried to start overtime, and here he is with his 3rd attempt. And he's made all 3.
Yeah, in overtime we've seen a lot from both of our spotlight players, from James and Harrell, who both lead their teams in points and their conferences.
Our producer knows what he's doing, picking out the guys that can carry the team on their backs down the stretch when it matters. Harrell Jr. with 13 points now, James with 21. Spin move for James, layup good. James with 23 points and just carrying Wyoming.
He is carrying Wyoming, and you saw him look over at the bench, give a little flex. I mean, he's just getting this crowd excited too.
Lansey with the layup down the baseline. They're up by 1 now, just back and forth. It's a lot like the first half.
Yeah, trading basketball in overtime. It seems like those 5 minutes just fly by, and that each possession, you really have to treasure those possessions.
Taylor Up and in, again a lead for Wyoming with 2:40 to go. Harrell Jr. in as well, and Harrell Jr. has got 15 points now.
I don't even think they got to reset the shot clock. I mean, I looked down and the ball already went through the hoop.
This is the game that DU likes to play. A lot of fast pace, a lot of transition, and Harrell Jr. just really pushed the pace there. And they lead by 1 with 2:24. And now it is James wincing in a little bit of pain, but he'll get up and be just fine. He'll be going to the line here. James 4 of 6 in his attempts at the free throw line, 79% shooter this season. And that will tie it right there.
The job that James has done is just remarkable. I mean, with 5 minutes left, he, I think, had like 10 points. He is now up to 24 points.
The team lead now tied with Hendricks. And another thing to look at, they've now had 3 straight games with 10 made three-point shots as well. And they've been shooting beyond the arc very well. 48% from beyond the arc the past 2 games. Is that one just a bad pass by Harrell Jr.?
Yeah, it was. It was too strong, too high. I don't even know who he was looking for on that pass, essentially.
But you look at it, last 2 games, they've made 10 three-point shots, shooting 48%. Today, they've made 10, shooting 50%.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing in practice or what their mindset is coming into each game, but I mean, they need to keep doing that.
If they can keep it up, they're going to win some games in the Mountain West.
Oh, for sure.
Under 2 to go, tied up at 82. See how big that turnover winds up being. Blocking foul on Hendricks. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul now.
Yeah, and now Denver is in their double bonus. Once again, you're getting down to that time when you really have to read the clock, time management in the situation. Are we going to go for a 2 here, a 3? Oh, sorry. Yes, they were in double bonus, weren't they?
Well, they got there's 10 fouls. 9. Yeah, 9 fouls on Wyoming.
So they were in one-on-one still.
Correct. Rosga, second attempt is good. So he's attempted 3 today, has made all 3. And on the season, he is 4 for 5. He hasn't been to the line too often this year, but big free throws there give them the 2-point advantage. Spin move. Thompson being defended very well. Huge play right there. If the Pioneers wind up winning that, you look at that one, there's 11 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't know, looked like he was just trying to draw the foul.
Yeah, I think he was trying to draw the foul there, and luckily for Wyoming, Denver didn't score there to push it to a 2-possession game, so they still have an opportunity here to tie it or go ahead.
Under a minute to go. It's James, gets the pick to the right side, top of the key for the senior. A dribble with the left. What more can you say about him? 24 points, 9 of 20 shooting. Not his best shooting night, but really has carried this team from the last 5 minutes of the second half on.
Yeah, and James averages 10 free throw attempts. He's doing exactly what he does every single game and every single night out.
Stuart Miller has fouled out, so that'll give some time for the Pioneers to discuss things before the free throws. So the foul out is the second for DU. Murky has fouled out as well. Both players with double figures. Murky had 17 points. Stewart had 10 with 8 rebounds. So James back to the line. 5 of 8. Make it 6 of 9 now for the senior. A team high 25 points for James, a team high 8 rebounds for James, a team high 4 assists as he made both and ties this up with 40 seconds to go. Rosga. Lanzi steps back. James misses the block. The putback by Carlisle gives the Pioneers a 2. What are you drawing up here?
Well, that play right there was the offensive rebounds. And for Wyoming, all you need is to get a bucket. So, I mean, they have 2 options. They can either go and get a quick bucket or they can waste some time off the clock, go for the win, go for the three-pointer. I mean, with the way that you're shooting right now, shooting 50% from the three-point line, Coach Alan Edwards has a lot of different options here. And if you're Denver right now, you just don't want to send them to the free throw line.
7 lead changes, majority of those, 5 of those in overtime. There was only 2 lead changes in the regulation. As you look at it, you're talking about rebounds. Overall, it's 42-23 in that category in the favor of the Pioneers. Denver, 13 of their 42 are on the offensive end, amounting to 14 second chance points.
Yeah, and that one you saw right now, and that's a game changer, especially with 21 seconds left.
James, kick out. Interesting decision to shoot with so much time left.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication, if that was the plan. I mean, it's not terrible. Right now you still have the chance of Denver missing, but if they knock down both of these shots, it's now a 2-possession game.
Well, Denver missing is not likely. 11 of 11 from the free throw line today are the Pioneers. 3 of 3 for Rosga, make it 4 of 4 now. And overall, a perfect 12 of 12, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. And he sinks both, so now it moves it to a 2-possession game.
So got to go quick, 8 seconds. James will take the 3, no good. And Rosga comes down with the 44th rebound. And the Pioneers will look like they will come out of Laramie for the first time since 1998 with a win.
We saw this happen with now, and then we also saw this happen with Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado hadn't won in 80 years, I think it was. And so it's just the inability to execute down the stretch for Wyoming right now.
Perfect. 14 of 14 from the line. A 3-point shot is good, but won't be enough. For the first time in 20 years, Denver has come out in Laramie with a win.